don't think this is necessary, Mrs. Barge. I don't think stress is catching.
It would be if you worked for Lady Tinian. Sometimes she's got me racing away with myself.
Well, you're not. Your pulse is perfectly normal, and it will be even more normal when you get away from here.
Oh, no! A medical presence? Is somebody ill?
No, Stella here's just keeping an eye on Lady Tinian.
Oh, thank goodness. Can't stand illness. The only doctor I see is my little man on Harley Street. You can't tell, can you? Oh, just no more than a little shaping, a little nip, and a tug here. Nothing more. Not like Hermione Ledbetter. You know Hermione Ledbetter?
No.
But I thought everybody in society knew about Hermione Ledbetter.
Well, I'm not in society.
Oh, well, she's gone the whole hog. She's like she's had her backside stapled to her ears, and she walks like it too. But less of Hermione and less of me. Oh well, not that I need it though. Rocco keeps me trim.
Who's Rocco?
He's my personal trainer. Rather a dish. Well, now, do you know any news about Julia's man?
Well, I've been out shopping, but Stella's here, Maddie.
Oh, really? Hi, I'm Lottie Fairfax. You must have heard of me. Oh, well, you have now. Now tell me, what's Julia's man like?
Pleasant enough, I suppose. But they all start off that way.
You know, I must be blessed. My Mr. Barge has been a cracker all the way through.
Oh, well, that's the nature of the beast. One doesn't know what one's going to get. Oh, well, I do love baubles, though. I should have stopped at the first one. I got this one here from Rex. He would have been number 3, 4... but, what say you, nurse?
I don't think Stella wants to talk about this sort of thing.
Oh, no, it's all right. I have to beat it. The thing is, I had it's the F word.
Oh, lucky you. I haven't had one of those in ages. Well, not since yesterday. I'm feeling rather virginal.
No, a fiancé.
Sadly, he's no longer.
Oh, no longer than what? Oh, you mean he's passed on?
Sorry, passed on to another woman.
Well, that's the nature of the beast. They all pass on to another woman, if only in their minds. First, the promise of sultry eroticism, and then, poof, off they go.
She was the milk woman.
She walked into us close.
Oh, well, that must have been it then.
It's best not to mention anything to do with weddings or dairy products. That's my advice.
Well, I can't stand hysteria, unless it's my own, of course. I do Tai Chi myself.
I do the line dancing in the village hall.
Oh, very good. She didn't get round to saying much about Julia's man, did she?
Well, if you hang around long enough, you're bound to meet him. I'm going to go and calm Stella down again.
Right. Guess who?
The Blessed Virgin Mary.
Oh, Roller, you haven't lost your sense of humour.
Oh, Lottie.
Where's the kisses?
Mwah. That was a kiss.
No real kisses? Oh, come on, Roller. What is that?
It's a long story.
Quite all right. I've got all day. Pippa never said.
Didn't she? Ah, well, that's Pippa for you. Always keeps things to herself.
That's ridiculous. Pippa is even a bigger gossip than I am, and she never said. Well, we'll just have to work it out. You're not saying anything to me.
What's there to work out?
What's this bickering thing going on?
Bickering thing?
That.
I told you, a long story.
And I'm telling you, it's ridiculous.
Fighting to the fight, are we, Reverend?
Well, I was, being compassionate.
It's being awfully compassionate.
Well, this is, Miss Charlotte Fairfax, an old friend from way back. Farther than way back. And this is, Mr. Pickering. He's a solicitor.
Nice to meet you, Miss Fairfax. You obviously have a way with the ladies. Hey, Reverend.
You really are a reverend.
Ah.
Is this something to do with Julia's wedding?
I'll say. He's the groom.
Well, yes, life is, full of surprises, isn't it?
I'm sorry. Carry on. We used to be early starters, but we pace ourselves nowadays.
We did our best. Oh, but you can't go wrong with Vickers and tarts. It's a little old hat, but still very popular.
Yes. I'm suddenly feeling very overdressed.
And what have you come as?
He is a, solicitor. He's called Damien.
Oh, well, that's new. Oh, but we're very open-minded, and I'm sure we're all going to enjoy ourselves. And we don't want to get on the wrong side of Mrs. Marsh now, do we?
No, I don't suppose that we do.
Well, we can't hang about. I'm feeling quite frisky now.
Now look what you two have done. You've set him off again. Oh, I don't mind. Come on, Peter.
I think I need a little fresh air. I'm just going to walk over this way.
Right, where were we?
No. I can't, Lottie. I'm celibate.
You? Celibate? Rollo French? Celibate? What about you marrying Julia? She can't stand you.
It's not normally an obstacle in marriage, though.
Oh, Rollo, I know marriage, and it isn't you. Well, it isn't you and Julia.
Oh, no, it's not. Not marrying Julia.
Oh, thank goodness. I can't see Julia serving cream teas at the vicarage.
Oh, not a bloody vicar either.
Right. Well then, thank goodness. Where were we?
No. Look, I'm sure Pippa will tell you all about it. It's all a fantasy, and I need to keep it up, so to speak. Just don't ask why.
It's all right. I like a bit of fantasy. Oh, so do they apparently.
Yes, who are they? They said their names were Peter and Mary.
Oh, they're the Tabbies, or the Davies, or Davies. Oh, I don't know.
And why are they here?
Replacing the barges. Housekeeper and driver, I think. What's wrong, Rollo? You look like you're thinking. It doesn't sit well with you.
Well, I took a call from an agency before, and they said they were sending a couple called Davies, but they cancelled.
Well, then they are the Tabbies.
No, they're not them either.
No?
No. On the taxi ride over here, I passed two villagers. Peter Tabby and Mary Tabby. You know, because we came off the 386 on the way to Plymouth.
Oh, well, then, they're the Tabbies.
No. No. Look, why are these two mystery people here? What possible reason could they're not the Davies?
Well,
They certainly can't be the Tabbies.
then what are they doing here?
I don't know. It's a big house, nice stuff. They could be thieves.
Oh,
A gang!
Takes more than two to be a gang.
Bonnie and Clyde were a gang. They told Nurse Wilson that he was a policeman. Mind you, they also told her that he has an electric truncheon.
Well, then we'll call the Royal Police.
No. Real police will take names and addresses. Real names and addresses, including mine. It's not what Pips and Julia want.
Lottie! Hi! Julia, you never said Rollo was here for the weekend.
This isn't Rollo, this is my fiance, Obadiah.
Oh, it's quite all right. I understand you make a lovely couple. But I assume it's Lady Celia that we're hoodwinking?
That's very good of you, it is, yes.
Oh well, when this is all over, Rollo, you'll have to say a little time for me.
Jules, about the people replacing your Mrs. Barge?
Oh, I haven't seen them yet. Aunt Celia has apparently. A little odd. You spoke to them, didn't you, Lottie? Anyway, I have other things to worry about.
Right, then, you've got worries? Let's have them find the champagne. There must be a bottle, or 10, or 3, or something around here.
I'll drink to that.
No, you won't. Obadiah is teetotal.
Well, hang on. Shouldn't she... Damien,
Yeah.
I can call you Damien, can't I?
Yeah, yes.
You seem a little nervous.
You're a friend with Miss French and Miss Benning. They are rather hostile to me.
Oh, no, I wouldn't describe Miss Benning as a friend either. She's my fiancée, that's all.
I'm only doing my job, you know.
Of course you are. And as with any job, you're looking for a little excitement. Have you ever thought of private investigation? You must need to do that sort of thing from time to time, surely.
No, I can't say that I do.
Ah, well, now is the time to start. The law can be action-packed.
I'm from Peterborough. I have no concept of action-packed.
Ah, this must be the famous Mrs. Barge.
It must be.
I can answer for myself, thank you, Mr. Pickering. I'm Mrs. Barge. I assume, sir, you are the Reverend Obadiah Pangloss.
The very same.
It's an honour.
You look a little agitated, Mrs. Barge. Is there something the matter?
I've just seen two of the strangest people wandering around. It's like continuing having a fancy dress party. Who are they?
They are the tabbies, or so they say.
You mean Davies?
Tabbies. And it's a long story,
Oh, she must be mistaken.
obviously. Miss Benning thinks they were spies from, what were they called again? Oh yes, the Bergman Corporation.
I think that's highly unlikely.
Maybe, maybe not. In any case, they may be here for some other reason, almost certainly illicit. It's a good thing that Damien here is about to investigate their motives. He has a very inquiring mind, you know.
I suppose I do.
Right, we shall take cover. Damien, play it cool when they come in.
Ah, there you are again. I was wondering for future reference, do women generally find solicitors objects of erotic arousal?
Oh, what a silly question. They wouldn't do it if they didn't.
That is a very fair point. Do you know anything about the meal? be your department, being domestic staff?
Oh, well, we would serve as per instructed. Oh, but the preparation of food is not down to us unless we're hosting. Oh, and then Peter takes charge of all the catering.
But I couldn't handle anything on this scale, even though my finger rolls go down a treat. It's just that there does not appear to be any mention of dietary requirements in the brochure. I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, but I'm not.
What brochure? Well, I have one here. Thank you. Anyway, I don't think it'll matter. We won't have time for eating until much later.
Oh, and then we've worked up an appetite. You know, sometimes we get so carried away with it all that we forget entirely. We regret it next morning. It always takes it out of you.
Yes, sure it does. Now I've got my eye on that nurse.
Oh, and I've got my eye on Tell me, Donald.
Damien.
We've had a good look round and we can't seem to find a hot tub. You don't happen to know where one is, do you? No. On second thoughts, keep it to yourself. Don't tell. We shall find it for ourselves. Then perhaps the two of us can get together underneath the bubbles.
Damien, you all right?
That woman was trying to proposition me.
Are you complaining? Even gracefully, that's my advice.
Oh, if you don't mind me saying so, Reverend, that doesn't sound very godly.
Doesn't it? Well, look, Damien, there is a very perfectly reasonable explanation for that, and I'll tell you what it is later. Mrs. Barge, I suspect that you are a gifted lurker. Perhaps you could go and keep an eye on our guests. Undercover work, sort of. Most probably.
Right you are, Elizabeth. It's intriguing, isn't it? Is Mr. Pickering all right?
He's from Peterborough, you know.
That accounts for everything.
Brochure? Show me. What's the phone number here?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
I don't want it off the top of your head.
Look, I might have it written down here somewhere. Let's see. 228-495.
The number here is 226-495, and accident waiting to happen, I'd say.
Yes.
This is the brochure of Club 7, Hedonist Heaven. Club 7 is named after everyone's favourite deadly sin, lust. Yeah, can't argue with that. Club 7 is a rural paradise for discerning adults in a large and discreet country house. 226-495. Directions will be given when you call. Oh, they think this place is a swingers club.
Well, I'll be blowed.
Probably will if you play your cards right. They were given their directions by Lottie Fairfax, who thought they were domestic staff. Oh, who now think they're thieves because I told her they were.
And you told Mrs. Barge they were spies.
Well, that's only because Miss Benning thinks they are. Oh no, I told her that too. Turns out they're just innocent swingers. Something of a contradiction in terms, I grant you, but there you are.
I think they need to be told that there has been a misunderstanding.
I don't.
What?
They're not doing anything wrong.
Not yet. That woman wanted to have her wicked way with me in the hot tub. And what does the church say of such things, Reverend?
Mine hasn't got a problem with it. Look, Damien, I don't know how to break this to you, but watch closely. Watch very closely. First, you see the Reverend Obadiah Pangloss.
Yes.
Now, what do you see?
A man in a purple t-shirt.
Wonderful.
So I would take it that you are not the Reverend Obadiah Pangloss?
I am not. I would be Rollo.
Rollo, is that code?
Well, it can be. Look, you don't need to know. There is an Obadiah Pangloss, however, I am not actually he. Maintaining the harmless pretense that I am, however, would be in your best interest.
Why?
I can't say, but could you imagine what would happen if Miss Benning was to get really angry?
Yes, I take your point, Rollo.
And there are other things which may need explaining. On a need-to-know basis, of course.
There's nothing untoward going on here, is there, Reverend? I am a man of principle.
So am I. Depending on the situation. Follow. The walls have ears.
Oh, Mrs. Barge, we presume. We did see you fleetingly before, but you seem to be in a hurry.
Yes, it almost looked as though you were trying to avoid us. Oh, how silly.
Oh, perish the thought.
Well, it's a wonderful house that you run here. We can tell that already.
I like to think so. It's Mr. and Mrs. Tabby, am I right?
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, but please call us Peter and Mary.
A wonderful house with a wide range of diversions and facilities.
Indeed.
Have you ever thought of providing a diagram so that people can find their way around?
Well, people generally don't need one.
Well, I suppose you have a lot of regular visitors, do you?
Well, not as many as when Sir Trevor was alive.
Oh, Sir Trevor! Oh, why not? Was that his real name?
Well, apart from the Sir, that came much later on.
I think I'd be Lord. Lord Tabby. Yes, I like that.
I don't think it's that simple.
Oh, I see. House rules and all that. We wouldn't do it here. Well, not until we've become regulars.
What? You're thinking of coming again?
Oh, well, we can't do it all in one weekend, you know. Now, what's it like working for Lady Celia?
Oh, a bit testy. She likes to crack the whip when she's not happy.
Oh. And have you always been Mrs. Barge?
Well, for a number of years. You?
Oh, no. I don't think I've ever been Mrs. Barge that I recall. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, you know how it is with these sorts of things.
I'm sure. Sir Trevor?
Sir Trevor. Bit of a lad, was he?
Oh, a bit friendly. I had no complaints.
Oh, really?
He built his business up from scratch, you know. He did very well for himself.
Well, we can certainly tell that. This house must be 300 years old.
Well, there's been some modernisation, obviously, but always with great taste. He did extend the games room, you know.
Oh, yes, we've seen that. Oh, my Peter says the games room is the epicentre of an enterprise like this. Oh, isn't it big? Well, not the size is everything, and it just looks like an ordinary billiard table. I assume the lighting must make all the difference.
It is my experience that things always look different in the dark.
Well, apart from the fact you wouldn't be able to see anything, and you couldn't play billiards in the dark.
Not unless you have luminous balls.
Peter, don't be so bold you'll be getting us thrown out. And you know that iridescent paint doesn't agree with you anyway.
I'm sure Mrs. Barge is very broad-minded.
Well, nothing surprises me much nowadays. Or maybe some things do.
So doubtless we'll be meeting up with you later. I wonder, Mrs. Barge, do you happen to join in when things get going.
Peter!
You know what they say about all work and no play?
Well, he's a hoot, isn't he? A real hoot.
Here's a new you, kid.
Oh, Peter, get out. Oh, you could realise he was in the Masons now, wouldn't you? Oh, come on.
I don't think those two of you are all OPP.
Well, that's something to be thankful for.
I think it's a front, it's a cover-up.
Well, she doesn't seem to be covering much up at all.
I think they're spies, or sort of. They certainly ask a lot of questions.
I thought he was a policeman. I suppose he could be a spy as well. It may be a personality disorder.
Well, Miss Julia would know. She's worked in London. Reckon he acts like an imbecile to throw people off the scent. Miss Julia and the Reverend Obadiah reckon he's snoopers for Bergman.
What's Bergman?
I don't know, but that Mr. Pickering knows a lot about them.
Oh, then he must be up to no good as well. I knew it. He undresses me with his eyes.
You want to be thankful he doesn't use his hands. Have you seen Lady Tinian?
Yes, she is taking a stroll outside.
Well, let's hope she doesn't bump into those tabby people. If you see them acting suspiciously or using a miniature camera, you let me know. I'm going to keep an eye on them anyway.
Now, where did I leave that bag? Oh, here it is. Hello, Jackie. It's Stella. I'm visiting Lady Tinian. Yes, I gave her the test results. No, I won't be coming back to the surgery. I might as well go straight home. I'll probably grab a snack while I'm here. Mrs. Barge usually has something if I'm feeling peckish. Yes, well, it's not looking good. She's not done anything about it. I'd say it was almost too late now. It's just a matter of time. It won't take long. Oh, very quick. She won't feel anything. She doesn't want anyone else to know. It's rather sad, isn't it? She'll suffer to the end on her own. Excuse me. Hello, Reverend?
Yeah.
I didn't see you there.
Well, that's because I have only just come in. And now I'm going out again.
Sorry, Jackie. What was I saying? Oh, yes, I know it's only an ingrown toenail, but she really needs to get it sorted out. And it really would be quick and painless. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. Oh, she has all those tests done just for the sake of it, and ignores the only thing that's actually wrong with her. Well, the blood pressure is still up and down a bit, but it's hardly significant. Silly woman. I'm going to dump my bag in the car and head straight for the kitchen. Anyway, I'll catch up with you. Have a nice weekend. Goodbye.
What's wrong, Reverend? Apart from those tabbies being rough sorts.
I have to tell you something about Lady Tinian.
Do you know she's really looking forward to you and Miss Julia getting married? Actually, she's really looking forward to all those children you're going to have.
Sit down. I have heard that nobody is supposed to know.
Then how do you know?
Lady Tinian is not going to live long enough to see those grandchildren.
What's wrong with her?
I cannot say. Something about tests. But I'm telling you because I know how close you are to her. You see, it might be an idea if Julia was to be signed up to run the company straight away, before she goes. Lady Tinian, that is, not Julia. Might care to mention that, but it would be best not to mention it to anybody else. She wouldn't want her condition advertised.
My lips are sealed. Why hasn't she said anything?
Thought your lips were sealed. It's a private matter. Nurse Wilson knows, but she is bound by patient confidentiality. We shall have to do our best to make her suffering more bearable.
We shall, Reverend, we shall. It's awful.
Oh, behaving yourself all alone? Good. Wait. I know that look.
Is there a special look? He doesn't look any more simple-minded than usual.
No, it's his I know something you don't know look. He usually succumbs to temptations.
Oh, I can handle that.
Julia, how would you be if your Aunt Celia were to, die?
Why? Are you looking to do the funeral?
Well, everything would be super.
Pippa!
Well, it's funny that it should just crop up in conversation.
It didn't crop up in conversation, you brought it up. Besides, Pippa's already considered murder.
It's not that I've given up on the idea, it's just that, I have another victim in mind.
It's just that...
Rollo, shut up.
No, he's still got it.
I know. I can feel it.
No. Ugh, that look.
My, we really are catching up on old times, aren't we?
Oh, I know what it is. You found out about the tabbies.
The tabbies?
There's something odd about them, didn't you know?
No. Nobody tells me anything around here.
Yes, I know all about that.
Hey, Lottie, go and tell Mr. Pickering to me.
Maybe later.
The tabbies have come to... Oh. How might one put it?
One might put it quickly. If one doesn't want one's sister to batter one.
The tabbies think this place is a swingers club and they're priming themselves to... swing.
What? Where did they get that ridiculous idea?
It was Lottie's fault.
Me?
Look, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. All that matters is this is something we can do without. Has Lady Tinian seen them since they arrived?
I don't think so.
Good. Well, we better keep them apart. She's on the point of handing the company over to Julia. We don't want that ruining it.
Well, she'll have the vapours if she thinks she's got Sodom and Gomorrah going on under her own roof.
Well, they're looking for action tonight.
Action involving me, as it happens. Is there something you're not telling me? Maybe I need to know more than you said I need to know. Would that be true?
Yes.
Yes, but it will have to wait. Lottie will have to come into her own here. Like a threesome. With the tabbies? That's the sort of stuff that happens at these places, isn't it?
How would I know?
Oh, well, of course, I've only read about it, but Lottie would have done it before. She's done everything before. Yeah. By which time, Mr. Pickering here will have the appropriate documentation, won't you, Mr. Pickering?
Yes, I am drawing up the appropriate documentation. However, the details must remain confidential. I cannot reveal those secrets.
Don't talk poppycock. You're not Tutankhamun's tomb. You'll give up your secrets when we ask you for them.
I said there was a degree of hostility.
Lottie, threesome. Oh, with the tabbies. And you can have Rolly when we're finished with him.
Oh, he'll be shattered and vulnerable by then.
Oh, I like them like that.
Oh, Mary.
What the hell was that?
Mating call of a lesser spotted tabby. I suggest we exit stage right.
everything, and everything else for that matter. Oh, or perhaps we should show you what we have in mind.
Right you are. We'd like to have another look at that games room. Come on, Mary.
It's a far, far better thing that I've never done before. I haven't done that before.
Mrs. Barge? Mrs. Barge, where are you? Mrs. Barge, those people from the agency, I haven't seen them lately.
Oh, they're fine. They're very busy. They're taking it all in.
Oh, got them hard at it, have you?
They're fully occupied. But just see Miss Charlotte showing them around. There's nothing to worry about.
I'm not worried. I haven't given up responsibility for everything, you know.
I know you haven't, but you need to, and you need to soon. There's nothing to worry about. We'll look after you. Those tests, they could be wrong. I'll leave you in the safe hands of Nurse Wilson. She knows what to do. She's been very brave.
Stella? Stella, what is the matter with me?
You can be a little snappy.
Not that. I'm not. Anyway, I'm ill, aren't I? I know it. All those tests,
What tests?
the blood tests, and all the others I was getting you to give me. I knew it was better not knowing. Mrs. Barge knows everything, everything. I'm going.
No, you're not.
Don't try to keep it from me. On second thoughts, keep it from me. I don't know, really.
Whatever is the matter?
I have but a short time left. She is trying to spare me. For once, Mr. Pickering is going to come in useful. Stella, go and find him. Sit down. I have made a decision. Now that I've met your lovely Obadiah, I realise he is the man for you. Therefore, I have decided that not only am I going to hand the company to you, but I'm going to have my will rewritten and all the accompanying documentation altered to include the pair of you and your lovely children. I'm sure Mr. Pickering will know all the ins and outs of that. Yes. Is that all right? Yeah. Mr. Pickering, my will needs updating.
Well, I'm your man for that.
Good. Come with me, Stella. Come, help me. Come, Julia. Julia, your Obadiah is such a good man. Even in my failing state, I can see that. We will withdraw to the withdrawing room. Yes. Come, Mr. Pickering.
Oh, that's all right then. Look, you get the company, and one day you'll inherit the lot anyway. Oh, and your lovely children to be well looked after. A result, I'd say.
I wouldn't. She expects a wedding. And I think she expects it here, not in Africa. She also expects to see a groom.
Do we have plan C? Come on, I think we need one. Come on. Plan C, Mr. Pickering. Plan C.
Damien! I'm Rollo, and you still want a piece of the action here.
Well, I'm not sure what that action is going to involve. Lady Tinian now expects a bona fide wedding with a considerable number of conditions attached. Miss Benning is to marry a Reverend Obadiah Pangloss, Not some guy named Rollo French pretending to be the Reverend Obadiah Pangloss. That would be illegal.
Minor problem. A minor problem, I'm sure.
Lady Tinian is very wound up, you know. She seems to think she's on her way out. I can't imagine where that idea came from.
Nevertheless, it might be appropriate to say a prayer for the dear lady. You too, Damien, you'll feel better for it. Yeah. He who would valiant be against all disaster, let him in constancy follow the master.
Nurse Wilson? Oh, I'm not a religious person, but the Reverend Pangloss thought it would be a good idea. Well, he's full of ideas like that. I think I'll go and see how Lady Tinian is feeling. Miss Pickering, have you sorted out the documentation for Miss Betty? Miss Pickering!
That's all related to her marriage to this fine gentleman.
Obi? Had you forgotten his name?
Obadiah Pangloss.
He has another, so I'm told.
What, like Zorro?
A middle name. Bonaparte.
Right.
Make sure it's on everything. It all has to be above board.
Yes, of course. Might I make the suggestion that...
No, you may not.
Does Miss French know?
Yes, Miss French knows that I am not, in fact, Obadiah Bonaparte Pangloss. She should. She is my sister.
Oh, your sister?
Correct. But she does not know that you know, and it's best it stays that way. We do understand each other, don't we?
I'm trying my best.
It was going to be so simple. I would marry Obi over in Africa. Aunt Celia would hand over the company and then she'd relocate to Madeira. Obi and I would set up home back in the UK. And on the rare occasion she came over here, I'd make sure Obi was otherwise engaged. She would never meet him. I'd just show her pictures of the children, hoping they didn't look too much like their father.
But I'm sure she would have suspected something. Every time she arrives, he leaves. It's like the plot of a third-rate stage farce.
I was hoping that eventually, if worst came to worst, I might be able to knock him up into shape. Maybe then he wouldn't appear like such a nincompoop. But now Rollo's in the mix. She can't ever meet the real Obadiah, under any circumstances.
Not unless she's dead. Or both blind.
You're clutching at straws.
I know. We need divine intervention, which is where the real Obi would have come in useful. It isn't ringing.
That doesn't happen like that in real life.
Hello? Oh, hello, divine intervention! Hello?
It's a text. It's my phone. It's a mobile. It's a text from Obi. How thoughtful.
You know, you do have another option.
Yes?
Well, you could have Obi surgically remodeled so that he looks like Rollo. Of course, having two Rollos in the mix would be a frightening prospect, but we'll probably just have to get rid of the original. It's too bad you didn't show the picture of Brad Pitt. We'd have to have them both looking like that. Now that I could handle. Yeah, well, you could get Rollo to father your children. Sure, he wouldn't mind. As long as he doesn't have to support them. Sorry, Jules. That would be just far too cruel, wouldn't it?
Oh, Pippa, you're rambling.
I know, sorry.
Hey, someone mentioned my name.
Yes, I was actually thinking of having it altered with the scalpel.
No. Funny thing, not the first time that's happened. I had a bit of a thing with the surgeon's wife and he became very aggressive.
Oh no!
He did. You weren't there.
No, this text from Obi. He's stumping me. Obadiah is stumping me.
My darling Julia, my dearest darling Julia, I know you won't want to hear this.
She's not going to hear it. It's a text.
Shut up, Rollo. Here in the meditation suite in Kingsland, I have done some serious thinking about our relationship. It cannot continue. My spiritual guide, Rama Dtcas, what's that say?
Ramalama Ding Dong.
Rama Dingani senses that I am troubled and that you and I are not soul partners. Honesty is the best policy. In addition, I have met someone else. Her name is Rainbow. She is from Darlington. We met at a fertility festival in Africa. We were not in a rush, though we were in a rush heart. And now the celestial lights of Kingsland has reunited us once more. You must understand, as a missionary, this puts me in a difficult position. Rainbow is a relief worker, and I need to be with her. Therefore, regrettably, I must terminate our association. Farewell, Julia, farewell. Yours faithfully, Obadiah Pangloss, brackets, Reverend. Wow. What can you say?
It's amazing.
What do you mean amazing?
Well, he's done it in full sentences. Look, he even used a colon.
If I had my hands on him, I'd do something to his colon.
She has been dumped, and dumped by text. Even you've never done anything like that, have you, Rollo? Oh, well, I don't want to know.
Yes, the fellow is very obviously a cad.
Yes, and you should know. Right, what letter are we up to now? So soon we're going to have to circle around the alphabet again.
I take it my services are no longer required.
Absolutely, Rollo. Well done. Goodbye.
I shall treasure the experience, Julia. Farewell.
Yes, bugger off.
No, we're going to have to get him back.
Hello again. Every time we see you, you seem to have women all over you.
Now you're only jealous. You may be like too once things get going.
You must be the Miss Julia and Miss Pippa we've heard so much about.
We're inseparable.
We can see that. It looks like fun.
Well, we're very close. Like a family.
I wish our family were like that. They're a little straight-laced.
Good roll around in the Chesterfield does one a world of good. It's all about bonding.
I assume you will be wearing your clerical persona for the rest of the evening.
until he gets unfrocked. Or will it be the other way around?
Oh, what a delicious expression. Oh, we'd better go and get ready. Oh, it's going to be a real experience.
Yes, don't mind us. By the way, my name's Peter. I look forward to meeting up with you two ladies later.
Now, mind you, don't you two exhaust him in the meantime, will you?
Was that them?
Yeah. Hilarious, aren't they?
Well, you were supposed to be looking after them.
Well, it seems they've escaped.
Alright, let's go and see if they don't get up to any mischief. No, you stay.
Doing in here? You're supposed to be with the tabbies. They've just been in here.
Oh, I relinquished my position, so to speak. That awful man tried to group me. I'd much rather it was you.
Lottie, I'm a man of the cloth. You know we don't do those sorts of things. Now go and do your duty with the tabbies so Pippa and Julia can think of plan X, Y, Z or wherever they're up to. Go! Go! To that way! Whatever.
Right. Celia's engrossed with Mr. Pickering, and that should keep them both busy for a while trying to make sense of each other.
Good. Now that means I can clear off and you can tell Aunt Celia that Obadiah ran out or had second thoughts or whatever.
No. She'll want to know why he ran out.
I suggested we just lie.
But I overruled her.
Why?
We can't keep on lying. You know, you two are more alike than I thought. Where's Lottie?
Ugh, I had to fight her back off. Tried to send her back on tabby duty.
Fight her back on. There's been a change of plans.
I don't do change of plans.
That's because you never have any. But this is ours and it's changing.
We need you to be a disgrace. Deliberately for a change. With Lottie.
Oh.
2 words, sangrate and delicto. Put them together and get yourself in the middle.
Think of my calling.
Your calling is as a gigolo. So get jigging.
I get the impression that Lottie's, looking for another husband.
Well, if you're not going to marry me, she can have you. We did promise.
She's needy, that's all. She didn't marry Rex, and Rocco's just one of those Italian stallion types. Marriage suits her.
But she's been married so often she has veil rash.
Stop whinging and get to it!
You too, Julia.
This is our best plan yet, okay? Go! Go! Oh, it is our best plan yet. It is, it has to be.
Lottie, you know how I've always felt about you, right?
Oh, Rollo. You're Rollo again.
Yes. And I got really bored with being celibate.
Oh, no. We can't. Not in front of your sister.
Oh, I've seen him do worse. Oh, why wait for the honeymoon?
Oh, honeymoon? Oh, Rollo.
Obadiah! Obadiah, how could you?
I don't think she heard you.
Obadiah, how could you?
It's matter. Good heavens! Who's that? Is it you, Reverend Pangloss?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It is Obadiah with another woman.
Rowan? Excuse me?
I have lapsed, Julia, lapsed badly.
Reverend Pangloss, explain yourself.
I am saving a fallen woman.
Oh, yes. Is just offered to save my fall.
Obadiah, you have betrayed me. I am undone.
No, I'm undone. Or am I?
You cannot marry this man. Julia, he is a bounder.
He has betrayed Julia and he's taken advantage of another woman.
Well, it rather looks like 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Especially the other. Reverend Penrose, I expect you to vacate these premises forthwith and take your floozy with you.
Do you have a problem here?
We certainly do, Mr. Pickering.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can solve that. I have the provisional prenuptial agreement between Miss Betting and the Reverend, along with your amended last will and testament.
Stop it! Stop it, Mr. Pickering, stop it! Stop it in a bin. Shred it!
And you can stuff Obadiah in the shredder as well. You beast, Obadiah, you beast.
Beast! Come going.
Just wondering how he's here for the evening meal then?
Well, I'd just be inclined to make a large hot Mrs. Barge and we'll dig in as and when.
Right you are. Can't say things aren't going over here.
Well, you heard Lady Tinian, Mr. Pickering. Back to the drawing board.
Right,
What?
where were we?
We're done, Lottie. Well done. Well done.
Oh, you know, I've always had a thing for you.
Yeah, I know, Lottie. It's very gratifying.
Oh, but I left Henry for you.
Oh. Which one was Henry?
Oh, number 2.
Right.
Okay, so Lady Tinian's gone. And I'll make sure she stays gone.
Number 2. Then you left Henry for Jonty. And then you left Jonty.
Oh, yes. And then I met Rex. But I've always had a thing for you. I've been waiting for you. And I'm ready again. I'm talking about marriage. And I'm running out of time.
Well, very fond of you and all, Lottie, but I'm not ready. Never have been. Especially not for that.
Oh,
I have to rush away.
you're breaking my heart, Rollo. Just as you've broken Julia's.
Hang on a sec, that was Obadiah.
Oh, don't split hairs.
Well, I gotta run. I'm just gonna contact my New York office to confirm.
I don't believe you.
Well, look, New York phone code. You should know, didn't you have some chap with an Upper East Side condo?
Yes, corporate land banker. Before Henry.
Hey, yo, my man. Nah, it's Rollo here. Nah, I'm just touching base. I'm in the UK. Now, I hear we need to meet with these Silverstein people, and I want to let you know that I'm good with that. But we have got to hit the ground running on this one. Get all our ducks in a row. Screw the pooch, push the needle, swallow the frog. It's a big ask and a major paradigm shift, blue sky thinking-wise, but if we can jump the shark, we'll get ourselves way ahead of the curve. Yeah, go team, go. All right, first, I'll call you when I get to JFK. Sorry, lots. I gotta run.
Oh, no.
No. Not a good idea. Not a good idea.
Oh, no, I think it's a lovely idea. One has to know what one's husband is getting up to. Hello? Oh, sorry, I thought this was Rollo French's New York office. One of Rollo's broads? Well, I suppose I am. Okay, I'll have a breakfast burrito next time I'm in town. Thank you. Goodbye. Manny's Diner. Oh dear. I prearranged cover story already organised. Somebody who says, yo, my man is obviously some cretin called Rollo French. So they let you waffle on madly for a few minutes And then you go, well, y'all have my day in court, Rollo. I hope you have a doctor on here and a solicitor.
Yes, I know it's a Friday. What's that got to do with it? There must be one taxi in this backwater. Half an hour? Well, what happened to the one that brought me here? Oh, yep, fine, all right. I'll be hiding under the bushes. Damien! No! It's okay. It's me.
That doesn't make me feel any better. Who are you now?
I'm Rollo, and Lottie Fairfax is looking for you.
Yes, I know. I heard her screeching my name.
Yeah, she's after my blood, and you're going to make sure she doesn't get it. Lottie Fairfax is not to be trifled with. I should know. Done plenty of trifling in my time.
In my experience of life...
Your experience in life, as well as mine, may be cut short at any second with Lottie in the mood that she is in.
Rollo?
Yes?
Why am I assisting you with this enterprise, other than the possibility of you protecting me from violence at not only the hands of Miss Fairfax, but also Miss French and Miss Benning?
Well, because when the aforementioned Miss Benning, my fiancée,
Yes.
in a manner of means, becomes head honcho at Tinian Industries,
Yes.
Tinians are going to need a solicitor. You are a solicitor.
Yes, but Tinians already have solicitors. Rigby and Barraclaw.
Ah, but no Pickering.
Well, eventually.
Eventually is a long time from now. You need to assert your individuality, Damien. I can see it now. Pickering and Pickering.
There's only one of me.
All right. Pickering and French. Brass nameplates, highly polished.
Are you a solicitor?
No.
Well, I'm afraid you cannot practice law without the appropriate qualifications.
I'll just buy some off eBay. Don't be so negative.
Besides, I wouldn't be allowed to poach clients from my existing employers. The Bar Council takes a very dim view of that sort of thing.
Well, there you go. Your first job's going to be to defend yourself. In the meantime, you are to stave Lottie off.
Okay.
Mr. Pickering? Mr. Pickering? Mr. Pickering!
Damien.
You're a solicitor?
Yes.
Well, one can't be too sure. Rollo French said he was a vicar, and clearly he's not. Oh, tell me, Damien. I can see that you have empathy.
I had a little when I was a child, but it cleared up.
Oh, no. Oh, that's eczema. But never mind, you're looking at a woman scorned. Tell me, Damien, is a breach of promise still a crime?
Well, realistically, it hasn't been for about 40 years.
We'll have him for something else then. Psychological abuse and hurt. You're looking at a woman scorned, Damien. Oh, you know, I'll have him for something else. I'll take his liver or his spleen. That man promised. And he reneged on it.
What did he promise?
He promised to get engaged. He's proposed several times.
So when did he first propose?
When we were about 14.
What? 14? Isn't that a little young to be considering such a commitment?
Well, it wasn't too young for him to be committed to being in my knickers, and that seems to be his motive ever since.
Well, modest damages might be obtained. That's damages as opposed to damage.
Oh, don't be so sure. Rollo French doesn't have any money, or none of his own, so to speak. We'll have him for something else. We'll have him for the hurt and pain, and I hope you're writing this down.
Okay, so this would be Fairfax versus...
French, hereafter known as the Rats.
Oh, that's wonderful. Have you ever considered taking up the law? You know, there still aren't enough women in the profession.
Oh, you think I have a flair for
Oh,
it?
absolutely. Here and after is a wonderful word.
Oh, what about the party of the first part?
Oh, brilliant. We definitely should discuss this further. Possibly in Latin.
Oh, do you, I'll be waiting. Mr. Pickering, I'll be waiting for you in your office or the East Drawing Room. You coming?
Yes, well, I'll be along presently. Caseload issues.
I'll be waiting, Mr. Pickering. I'll be waiting, Tamian.
Good job, Damien. Now, all you have to do is persuade Miss Benning, Miss Fairfax, that I am not, in fact, a rat. Oh God, she's coming back.
Yes, just musing over Lady Tinian's latest thoughts, and it seems I've been retained by Miss Fairfax.
I see the name of the Bergman Corporation is still on there.
Yes.
I believe they were out of the loop.
Au contraire, Lady Tinian is still not convinced that Miss Benning is ready to take over the company.
Why not? Dodgy fiancé of the Dtcas out of the picture.
Yes, well, I have recently learned that that dodgy fiancé is in fact your brother, a Mr. Rollo French. Don't worry, I haven't divulged that part yet.
Both Rollo and Obadiah, the real one, are out of the equation.
Yes, well, Lady Tinian thinks that running the company is all about judgment. And Miss Benning choosing a, as you say, dodgy fiancé has shown that Miss Benning has a rather lax degree of judgment.
What?
Oh dear! Lack of judgment was mentioned.
Me? Lack of judgment? That's why I brought Cooper's brother here in the first place.
Well, strangling your aunt's legal representative might prove that she has a point.
She doesn't. And consider yourself honoured. I usually only feel violent towards Rollo.
Yes, well, it might be a shade tricky convincing your aunt of your equanimity. She is in a rather heightened state of shock, close to the edge.
Not as close as you are.
Well, what does your acute little mind suggest?
We should come clean.
Tell the truth.
But you're a solicitor.
Well, if I wasn't in fear of my life, I would actually resent that.
Come clean.
Lady Tinian is in a very heightened state of shock. Any further shocks to her system, and you might be taken out of the line of succession completely.
What further shocks could there be to our system?
Hello again.
We've just been trying out the billiard table.
It certainly takes some getting used to.
Oh, but I'm sure Desmond here has all the necessary skills.
Well, I'm no expert on this matter, but I believe it's about getting into the right position and making sure there's enough chalk on the cue.
Chalk, eh? Oh, well, now there's an idea. We'd better get back there before it gets busy. Chalk. Well, that's good.
All right. We'll come clean. Selectively, at least. Now, Mr. Pickering, follow me, and then go keep Lottie, your new client, out of the way for a while.
You can come out now, Rollo. No, you know what? On second thought you have got guilt written all over you. Get back in there.
Come, sit, Aunt Celia. I have something to tell you. A confession.
Oh dear, what have you done now? I don't think I can take any more of this. I mean, Stella keeps telling me there's nothing wrong with me, except for the toenail, but I'm not sure. It could turn to gangrene.
Look, it's nothing serious, nothing damaging. A well-intentioned deception undertaken for your benefit? Pippa will explain. I'm far too upset.
Well, Aunt Celia. Oh, I can call you Aunt Celia, can't I? I don't have any aunts and uncles of my own.
Oh, you poor girl. An expanded family is such a comfort. You must feel so alone.
Sorry, this is about me.
Exactly. Well, we thought, with your sorrow of losing Sir Trevor.
You could call him Uncle Trevor.
Thank you. We thought with your despair,
Your deep despair.
your profound sorrow would be uplifted if you thought that Julia was betrothed. Both you and Julia's mother had long given up hope on that front. For all Julia's success in business, her love life was a little arid.
Horrid?
Well, yes, that too. No, arid. Dry. Like a dried apple stick.
Steady on, Pips.
Hence Obadiah.
Only there is no Obadiah.
Not now. I sent him packing with the flea in his ear.
No, there never was an Obadiah. I made him up.
She did.
Well, she did have pretend friends when she was a little girl, so I suppose it follows. I know her mother was very, very worried.
I just didn't want to tell you that there really wasn't anybody. It would have let you down so badly and I would have felt such a failure. So, Pippa came up with the idea of a stand-in Obadiah.
I think I saw him here. He was lying on top of a woman, or was it the other way round?
Well, yes, that's my brother Rollo, and he does that a lot.
We asked him to help us out.
It rather looked like he was helping himself.
Yes, he usually does, but this time he was following instructions.
Oh.
It got out of hand. You were quite right. An unsuitable husband would have been a disaster.
All husbands are unsuitable. We just do the best we can with them.
I feel so ashamed.
You know, I think I knew all along. Not that there wasn't an Obadiah, so to speak, but that chap wasn't him. Your brother, you say? Your brother? Yes, I can see that. He was blessed with a certain seedy charm. But no matter how desperate dear Julia was, he wouldn't be the sort for her. Certainly not as a vicar. And where is the dear boy?
Hiding behind the curtains.
Oh, come out from there. Come out. Goodness. You were very good. Quite entertaining, in fact. I loved that brother-sister business, but you weren't very kind about poor Pippa. Gertrude. She may be a plain girl, but she does have a very good heart.
She does. It was more for the benefit of poor Julia's self-esteem than anything else.
You did very well. On second thoughts, Rolo, you wouldn't be a bad catch for someone. Julia, you could do worse.
Oh, I rather think not. I think Lottie has designs on him.
Yes, well, that certainly looked like that.
Oh no, I have my sights set on much higher nowadays. It's time to go, Lady Tinian. I'm sorry to have offended you.
It's all right, dear. There's obviously been some sort of a misunderstanding. I'm very sorry I called you a troll.
Oh, that's quite all right. I have my solicitor now. I'm very happy. You, Rollo, will be hearing from, of course, the legal team. And we are history with a capital hiss. No great loss. I've never had a solicitor before. And a country wife of solicitors rather appeals to me.
Well, speaking of legal terms, I trust, Mr. Pickering, you will continue to represent Tinian Industries, perhaps in your own rights. Julia is to take over immediately. We're going to expand, don't we, dear? There'll be lots of marketing for Pippa and oodles of legal business for you. Oh, those parties the Tabbies talked about, they might be on the agenda.
The Tabbies?
Lovely couple. I bumped into them a while ago. I haven't seen them since they changed into their casual gear. They were wandering around looking for a hot tub.
You don't have a hot tub.
Oh, but we have a sauna. Trevor's idea. I was never very keen on myself, but it could be fun. We're all going in later. Mrs. Barge, would you ask Mr. Barge to fire it up for us? Mr. Tabby might help. Would you care to join us?
I don't think so,
Please yourself. Perhaps if you change your mind. Perhaps Rolo.
Rollo is leaving.
Oh, yes, things to do, people to see.
Or perhaps the other way round.
Right. Well, you know, this is a very large house. It needs to be made more use of. Lottie, dear, I think you know a lot about weekend entertaining. I may not go to Madeira after all. But we must have that hot tub. Oh, and the Tabbies know all about dogging too. They don't do much now. Peter has a bad chest. He should be all right in the sauna, wouldn't he?
Oh, I would think so. It clears the tubes out.
Oh, splendid. Would you care to join us, Stella?
I need to be getting back home.
Oh, we might join you in a little while. But for now, we must get going. Come along, Damien. You should be used to handling briefs by now.
You didn't mind our little ruse, did you?
No, dear. It was really very sweet of you to do that for Julia. You are a wonderful friend with a wonderful brother.
Oh, well, I aim to provide satisfaction.
Well, I think that's all worked out very well. It's been quite fun. I would just ask you all to grant me a little favour.
Oh, yes, of course. Ask away, Lady Tinian. Ask away. Or may I call you Aunt Celia?
Lady Tinian,
Of course. Ask away, Lady Tinian. Ask away.
try not to upset Stella. That sobbing goes right through me.
I'll second that.
I'm trying to be brave. I think I'm getting it under control.
Right now, I think I will pop along and see Mr. Pickering and ensure that he has the right paperwork in place. Rollo,
Yes.
hand Rollo, hand.
Would you like me to move it?
Yes,
Sorry.
I didn't mean take it away. My little joke. Right, all's well that ends well. All's well. Mrs. Barge, do you think you could come with me and try and find some birch twigs for the shore?
told me how strong you were and how well you coped with rejection.
Oh, I was only pretending.
I know, but I took the principle on board.
Yes, well, men are such beasts. They must be treated with contempt.
Oh, I don't think I've given up on men completely. No, I just need to find one who has absolutely not the slightest interest in getting married. One of those 5.
Did you say you were heading home? Look, you'd better not drive. I can tell you're a bit shaky. I've called a taxi, and perhaps I could give you a lift, and, maybe we could come back and collect your car tomorrow after breakfast. Sometime, whenever, tomorrow.
That would be so kind of you. I'll go and tell Lady Tinian.
Behave yourself.
Sorry, only 2 sure things in life, that's death and nurses.
She is very sensitive.
Oh, I can do sensitive.
It's Rollo's way. We'll play for the winning hand in hopes of winning the penalty shootout.
How well you know me, sis. Keep in touch. And Jules, I'm sorry it didn't work out between us.
I'm sure I'll cope with being left out in the cold.
I'm sure you will. You women have an extra layer of fat,
I don't think I could even be bothered killing him.
You must be bellowing. Well, we need a drink, and something stronger than champagne.
Eventful day, don't you think? But all is well that ends well. I get the company, you get a marketing contract, Aunt Celia gets peace of mind, and, well, Mr. Pickering picks up some very good legal business here. And he gets Lottie too.
And I'm sure the tabbies are getting something, possibly as we speak. It's Rollo's taxi. He's never missed a beat, that one. He is a total ass, but I love him.
He speaks highly of you too, Gertrude.
He does indeed. Well, at least nothing else can go wrong now.
Sorry to bother you. There's a man outside says, could someone pay his taxi fare from Kingsley? Says, could he have another chance? Says his name is Obadiah Pangler.